Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's time for the latest, most fresh ever, the newest Benidorm news update. Everything that's been happening recently in Benidorm town, Costa Blanca and more is here on the channel. Today we have some news that, trust me, you would want to know. First of all, we'll be talking about the situation in tourism, about an huge increase of aggressive robberies and thefts in some parts of Spain, what is happening, how it's happening, and how to prevent it from happening. And we'll be talking about the situation in our Valencian community and Benidorm right now in January. What's going on and how busy it is. Huge investment, a giant, authentic giant project, brand new one in Benidorm for luxury living. Where it's going to be and how much will it cost? You can put your guesses already on how much a brand new villa might cost in Benidorm with some lovely sea views. But trust me, it's a lot. But what happened with Terra Mitica, the famous theme park right outside Benidorm? Let's go. The first news is about the situation in tourism. As you all know, January and February typically and statistically should be a very quiet months in Benidorm, but this year and the end of previous year, 2023, we were hitting all the records. January month, especially in Valencia and Benidorm town, are extremely busy with more than 65% of occupancy. So it's something very nice to see. There's quite a lot of people and it's really, really busy still. The World Championship for cyclocross has passed already. But now when it's over, we head to the next event, which is Benidorm Fest, which will be at the end of January towards 30th, 31st of January up until beginning of February. This is when we'll see thousands of people of all ages, mostly younger generations, I must say, coming to Benidorm to enjoy some music. There's going to be concerts. There's going to be a lot of entertainment. Bars will create special tapas for us to try out. And Benidorm will be alive as it's in summer. So you're lucky if you're arriving on these dates to Benidorm. Apart from that, a new alert arrived to us from Barcelona area. If some of you will be on holidays in Barcelona or if you're planning on visiting it, take all necessary precautions. As you all know, Barcelona is one of the cities in Spain, one of the touristic cities in Spain that has the biggest amount of thefts and robberies, and it's something that's been only increasing through the last years after pandemics. Right now, in the last 4 months, more or less, it doubled the amount of aggressive robberies, aggressive thefts on the streets of Barcelona. Mostly it's younger people, either with motorcycle or with the electric scooter like the ones we have in Benidorm, like for rentals, or with any other kind of mobility vehicle, even with a bicycle. Okay, what they do is they search for victims that are already towards higher age, like starting from 45 is not yet, but maybe from 50s, or those who have very, very expensive watches or jewelry on them, very expensive bag, and they can see that it's people who actually have quite a lot of money, What happens is that they come really, really fast, and with a very aggressive movement, they just grab things from you. If people are trying to resist, they get in a fight, they don't let go of what they've taken, they get into a huge fight, and people are hospitalized, police comes, but by that time, usually they manage to escape. In Barcelona, they have different police units, even with drones, checking out the streets, and usually they take them. However, if there is no registry of things happening, if no one's seen actually this person taking this, or if police doesn't see them in action, they'll just give them a fine or tell them, don't do it ever again or you'll go to jail. Things like this, only words, not more. So once they go back to the street, they're even more furious because they got caught and they act immediately. You need to be very, very careful with it. In our region, luckily, please don't let it happen in our region. There, it's not the case. We don't have these type of aggressive robberies. We don't have this type of thieves. Thank you, because that would be absolutely insane. That would be something intolerable for us. That would be very bad for tourism, and I'm happy it's not happening. But those of you who are traveling to Barcelona, be extremely cautious. Pickpocketers or mobile thieves with a really aggressive techniques are on there and are watching. If they see something that's worth their time, they'll try and take it. So make sure you have your belongings safe. Don't put your mobile phone somewhere they could grab it. Don't have your purse like this, so they could grab it. Put it somewhere here up front. I don't know. Bring your things with you if they're valuable, so that it wouldn't be easy to take them from you. And on the first glance, they would not see you actually have them on. Leave your expensive watches as much as you would want to show them to the entire world that you have money, that you have expensive jewelry. Don't do it, because people are cruel and people will try to take out your things. Please, this is our advice for 2024. The second news that I wanted to share with you all comes from a company that confirmed a big investment, as big as 135 million euros in brand new villas. There's going to be approximately 250 of them, which is like a teeny tiny village. It's like a village, it's like a small town. 250 houses will be built right outside Benidorm. Technically, it's still Benidorm, right near the Meliá Viaitana Hotel, where the Terra Mitica is located, like in that area. 250 brand new villas. Very ambitious project, I must say. And the sale of these villas on plan so far, because there is nothing built just yet, will start really shortly. And it's really curious to see what they are planning and what the full design is. So far, we can see the latest work of this company, which is this one right here. And the villas that they will be building in Benidorm will have a similar design to this one, respecting natural design, bringing it closer to the nature. And it's actually very nice, as well as modern. The price for sale for these villas, depending on which one it is, how many bedrooms does it have, which kind of views does it have, if it's a corner villa or somewhere in between, if it has a swimming pool, if not, like a lot of different variations come to place. But prices will start from €500,000, 500,000 euros, up until, and the highest price so far at this point of a project will be 1.5 million. Who in the world would buy these properties? What is actually happening? Prices went insanely high. Who could afford these places? This company is actually targeting both national and international investors and buyers, but out of national ones, I mean, people from our region definitely cannot afford these properties. Maybe someone from the outside, international buyers, could, but national ones? Unless it's like a millionaire who lives in Madrid or Barcelona and wants like a second resident home, then maybe yes. But other than that, it's a huge amount of money that not a lot of people, the vast majority of us, could not afford, which is a shame, because if we need good quality places, better to say to live. But with these type of prices, this is an authentic luxury market that is growing more and more and more. And only the vast majority international buyers are able to still purchase these properties. And all those who are here and are not millionaires cannot have these amazing properties for them, sadly. That's the reason. Would you buy more than $500,000 worth of property outside Benidorm? Or would you prefer to take something that's already built, maybe from secondhand, still in great condition, but for less, way less of money? Let us know here in the comments. The last news that I wanted to share with you all, that story of a long time ago famous park of Terra Mitica here on the channel, and what is happening with it right now. As you all know, around 2 decades ago, the theme park of Benidorm aspired to be one of the biggest and surprising theme parks in the whole entire Spain. But since it opened up its doors throughout these 2 decades, everything went from bad to even worse. It got almost into bankruptcy and was revived by Paramount Parks. There was a very, very bad money, like dirty money, corruption type of stories between the owners of the park previously. There is some suspicious fires going on, after which the company purchased for really cheap money the land to build the park. There's a lot of stories going around it, but since the owners of the Grand Luxor Hotel, the owners of Aqualandi and Mundomar, overtook this park, the lead of this park, a lot of people thought that it's going to be going better and better because obviously they know what they're doing. They have several theme parks, right? And Aqualandia is quite profitable, but it didn't happen. It did not happen. It got even worse. This year, 2024, Terra Mitica theme park will be opening up with a slightly bigger calendar schedule than it used to do previous years. It was closed for pandemics for a long time. Last year, 2023, it opened up for a really teeny tiny amount of time. And this year, at least, it's going to be opening up from May till November months. At least summer and autumn seasons are kind of covered. It's beautiful on the inside. The good thing about Terra Mitica is that it's beautiful on the inside. Those of you who've been there or those of you who've seen videos or pictures, you know that it's a beautiful park. The idea was brilliant. It's different cultures, Egyptian, Roman culture, and a lot more Iberic culture, to not only enjoy in the park, but also learn the history of which kind of nations were living in this particular area. And decorations are actually gorgeous, not gonna lie. But is it enough to attract actually people to this park? The idea itself, apart from decorations, of all the price list, of all the services, of all the attractions that are there, everything is so poorly planned. And not only I'm telling this, a lot of newspapers and articles are actually stating it. The budget that they've made was not a correct one at all for all this park. There is a lack of staff. It's not growing, and the decisions that the latest management is taking are really, really strange. For example, you know already by now probably that they've decided to split the park into pieces, which is Terra Mitica on one side and Iberia Park on the second side. When one is included, the other one is paid one extra. And it's a very strange decision if what you want to make is a park of reference here outside Benidorm. Apart from that, there is a really, really huge, authentic, huge lack of brand new attractions in Terra Mitica. There is one which is a huge roller coaster, which is made of wood, and it was called Magnus Colossus. Such a popular attraction back in the days, but due to the lack of staff, due to extreme lack of maintenance of this attraction, it's been closed for years. I've been working in Grand Luxor Hotel quite a few years ago, even before pandemics hit, right before pandemics hit. Even then, it was closed. So you can count already for how many years at least it wasn't available. And it was one of the most popular ones for what people were coming here. And they are not able to make anything with it and revive this attraction. The other one, for example, is the Rescue of Ulysses, also one of the newest kind of attractions back then when it opened up. It was a hit. It was a very, very unique attraction. Now it's not anymore, and it's closed once again. Apart from that, there's a lot of other problems that actually don't let this park to be what it was supposed to be, which is an absolute shame. Prices are not low at all. Prices are quite expensive to go to this park. Obviously, they want to earn some amount of money, but if you're not providing all the services you should, If there's some issues in the park, are you actually able to charge all this amount of money for when you're not giving a complete 100% service? Not too sure about that, but instead they are actually concentrating on making the hotel, on building up some villas with swimming pools. You know, they're doing other things, but Terra Mitica is the old abandoned park that is trying its best to function. Some people love it, especially those who are nostalgic, who've been there in its good old times when it had once. But others see it and feel very, very bad about spending their hardly earned money into going into this park. Not gonna lie, there are some nice attractions and smaller children might love it, but if you're coming for specific things, if you want to have like a really nice day out in a great park, maybe that's not the place you should be visiting. Check out all the videos beforehand that are there online. You know, we will also try our best and go film it for you this year, 2024. And even if we won't go on all the attractions, we'll let you know how it looks like on the inside and which ones are working, which ones are not, and which are the prices. So stay tuned for when this park will open up, probably in the end of May, maybe June month. We will head there and show you what it actually looks like this year. And now let's have a short walk and we'll show you what the weather is looking like today and what is waiting for all of you who will be coming here, because I do not dare call this winter. As you can see right now, we have incredible blue skies. There is no sign of the rain and of these chunky, big, fluffy clouds that we've had previous days ago. The sun is shining. The weather is gorgeous. Although I must say that today it's quite cold here. It did feel like winter for a second this morning when we've had around 5 to 6 degrees. But apart from that, right now in the sunshine, it's quite comfy and nice. We will have some anticyclonic weather, which means that it's going to be way warmer than it used to be right now. The temperatures that we will have starting from tomorrow will be more usual for the month of May, not the end of January when it's supposed to be the coldest time of the year. Absolutely bizarre weather, which we've never had in the last 10 years. I don't remember having this weather here at all. The sun will be shining with just maybe a tiny bit of clouds every now and then, but that's it. No rain, no bad weather, so don't worry. I know a lot of you will be coming here. The weather will be just lovely. As for the temperatures, today will be more or less 17 degrees outside, 17, 18. But starting from tomorrow, between tomorrow and Thursday, temperatures will rise up between 21 and 28 degrees. Where in the world? When did you see these temperatures in Benidorm at the end of January? We didn't. And I'm not quite sure you also did, because that's historical temperatures. In Murcia, they will have around 30 degrees. Mid-January. How crazy is that? And here, probably in our region, it will be 23, maybe 24. In Alicante, 25, 26. More or less, that's what we should be having. And Friday, Saturday will be around 20, 21. And since then, more or less 18, 20 degrees, but still ideal weather. How is that possible? We don't know. But we are quite stressed right now, to be honest with you, about what's waiting for us in summer. If winter this year is like this, what's summer gonna be like? Last year in spring, we've already had 32 degrees. So what this year will bring us is an authentic surprise, but we're not really looking forward to see what it's gonna be if temperatures will be really, really high. Thank you for accompanying us on today's Benidorm News Update. We wish you an incredible day, easy, positive Monday, and beginning of a new work week. And we'll see you already tomorrow with a brand new video here on the channel. Bye, Dees.